All right. Welcoming in anyone that's watching this on YouTube. You're probably watching this on the replay. I am Charity, aka NiceComps, and we are going to photograph items for resale today. I'm going to be doing a ton of hats. I got a few other little hard goods, but mainly hats, and more hats, tackling the hoard. So if that's your jam and jelly, go ahead and stick around. Fast forward here. I'm going to be welcoming in some people from other platforms as well. So fast forward a little bit, and I'll see you guys in just a minute. All right, here we go. And we're going to be welcoming in all of our friends from TikTok. We got a busy day. We got busy day, kids. Beyond busy, outrageously busy, probably way too busy is the theme on this Tuesday. Just going to hang out here with the coffee for a minute and wait for everyone to pop on. If you're already on here and I can't see you, how are we today? Shop the Seller is the first one on today. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday, Shop the Seller. How's your day going so far? Sweet Briar's here. Yes, you popped on. You did it. You're like, I know I'm going to catch you one of these days. Hey, Charles, welcome in. Sarah, I'm always happy to see you in here. Can you invite me to talk? I'm not going to do any sort of invites today right this second. We got to hammer stuff out, kids. I got to hammer this out. Otherwise I would. But I am in a literal frenzy of trying to fix my home that I have hoardedly destroyed by reselling. It is absolutely bananas. Howdy, sweet buyer. Hey, shop, you'll get it. It's just a matter of following people that you think would be interested in following you back. That's what I did at the beginning, was I just followed pretty much everyone in the reseller community. And that's what really helped kind of grab that following. So I think I was following like a couple hundred people a day, or maybe like 100 people a day at the beginning. Thank you so much. Oh, Sarah, I always enjoy your vibe too. I have a feeling you're just like a ridiculously nice person. Lizik, hello. All right, you guys. So what are we doing today? Hats. So if you guys saw my video earlier today, I literally destroyed my house, Sunday. I cleaned like 40 hats. I scrubbed like, I don't even know how many stains out of shirts, probably 100 or something. So like my whole house right now is just full of things I washed. And it's so funny because I got done with doing the hats on Sunday and I was like, man, I thought I had more hats than this. But I was like, no, it's a lot of hats. When you guys see how many hats we're going to hammer out today, it's literally outrageous. But I was just trying to find a tote to put this stuff in when I got done, so I could obviously have somewhere to put it after I photographed it. And I came across 2 more totes of hats I haven't washed. So I'm going to have to do that again. Oh my gosh, it's so many hats. I don't know why I let this stack up. It's the, have you guys ever seen that TED Talk called The Procrastination Monkey? And it's about the monkey that lives in your brain that like procrastinates you to do things that you know you need to do. He lives here and he procrastinates me from washing hats and shoes. So Thrifty Duckies, what's good, guys? Okay, so we're doing something a little bit different than we normally do. Like I said, we normally do clothes. So today we're going to do some hard goods and mainly hats. So if you're even remotely interested in learning how to photograph hats, or you just want to hang out, I am very happy to see you. Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, you guys, let's get started. So we got our mannequin head here. While we're doing this, I'm just going to be giving you guys like tips and tricks and things I have done to find that has helped me to photograph and sell hats. I sell a lot of hats. I haven't sold a lot of hats, I think, in the last month or so, because I haven't listed any new ones. I've literally just been letting them stack up, knowing that this was a thing I had to tackle. So yeah, the procrastination monkey. He's also my best friend, Sarah. We have the same best friend. Green Thrifty's here and Jenna's here. Okay, so if you guys have any questions or anything while we're doing this, please feel free to ask in the chat, whether you're watching us on the UBs, it's Tubies, or you're here on the TT. Either way, or maybe you came over from IG, maybe you found me because of FB, all the acronyms. Feel free to ask any questions, even if it doesn't have anything to do with pertaining to exactly what I'm photographing. If you have any reselling questions or anything, feel free to ask. I was playing with Jack, and now I've got little Jack here. So we're going to use our little lint roller here and get that. This is what happens before I go live. I always play with Jack. We always play fetch for like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or something, because otherwise I know he's going to come in and want to play while I'm doing this. So Shop says, TT here, will do. Yeah, I mean, that's really how I grew Shop, was really honestly just following other people. They followed back, and then I'd go through and unfollow anyone that didn't follow me. Do it again, do it again, do it again. Yeah, Mama, good to see you. Okay, so here we go. What platforms do you sell on? So Shop, I do Poshmark, eBay, Depop, Mercari, little tiny bit of Grailed, little bit of Facebook Marketplace. That's pretty much it. I don't do Kidsin. I don't do some of the other ones that are out there. I don't do, I have an Etsy store, which I'll actually have our PDF for all of our keywords in, but I don't normally do Etsy because I don't like create, stuff usually, but I know you guys have been asking for the keywords metrics things. I'm working on it today, I promise. I'm also going to be working. Awesome. Thrifty, I see you in your kitchen right now. I can see you working. You're on eBay, Posh, Mercari, Depop. Yeah, those are the main ones. I think really those are the main ones. And then, like I said, a little dabbling on Grailed, but not much. Arizona, you want to see hats today? We got hats. Thinking about market because Drea speaks highly. Yeah, I used to do a little bit more on the FB market. I don't know. It stopped being a big thing. Not a fan of Vendu. That's interesting because I am like such a huge Vendu fan. I mean, once you learn it and get it, I literally can't imagine not having it. Hey, sweetheart. I know, baby. I already played fetch, though. You want to say hello to everyone? You want to say hi to everybody? Okay, come here. Let's say hi. All right. Jack wants to say hi, everybody. Okay, I know. And he's like, Mama, it's time for play. I'm sorry, buddy, but Mama got to work. Mama's got to, I work to buy nice things for you so that you can have expensive dog food and lots of toys and vet visits and $800 teeth cleanings and all the good stuff. All right, you got to go play, baby. I love you. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. You're looking for lunch. You got 20 minutes. Okay. I just signed up, so now learning. Yeah, Shop, once you learn it, I think the main key with Vendu is really just if you can get stuff listed on eBay and then import it into Vendu and then cross list from there, it's just so easy. So what I do is after I import my stuff, I go to the item and then I open it up in a new window. Next item, open up in a new window. Next item, open it up in a new window. And then I go to each window. I go to the window, get it all cross-listed, close it out. Go to the window, cross-list, close it out. Go to the window, cross-list, close it out. And it's just fast once you get it. I know. Have you had the chance to look at Flipped? No, is that something that we talked about, Aaron, that I don't know about? FLIPD. I did get a personal message invite from Jamble today asking me if I wanted to do live selling on there, but I have never heard of Jamble. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it before. It looks like mainly like women's clothing, so I don't know if that's probably right for me. But has anyone heard of Jamble? FLYP. No, I do feel like you mentioned that. Did you mention that or did someone else mention that? I can't remember. Okay, let's get started here. We have so much to do today, you guys. So here's what I do with hats. When I clean them, I always flat bill them. And what that means is while they are wet, you'll see how flat this bill is. While they're wet, I stuff them full of anything I can find in my home. So pillowcases, sheets, washcloths, rags, old t-shirts. And what I do is I pop these back to being like a round shape. Then I put the bill flat down on a table because I've got like a table. Oh, thanks for the pumpkin, Sarah. I put it down on a table and then I'll put something heavy on top of it. Like I've got some glass water bottles and I just lay them out on the table. If you saw my video earlier today, you probably saw how I laid them out. Anything that's not flat billed, I put them on hangers outside and then I just hang it on the rack. And I'll show you when we get to the non-flat bill hats. So this is a Boston Red Sox. This is a new era. This is a Y2K version. Justin wanted this to fit him so bad. He wanted this. I told you guys when we pulled this out of the garage sale this weekend, I was like, that hat's going to end up belonging to my husband. But then I saw the size and it's 7 1/8, and he's more like 7 3/4. So I was like, oh boy, I was like, I don't know if it's going to fit. And unfortunately for him, it was too tight. So we are going to sell it. Otherwise, he would have scored himself a new hat. So let's get on our little resell lanyard here. Pop open the old phone and get this party started. Smart. Let the buyer do what they want to. And that's the thing. It's like, it's so easy for someone that likes a round bill to make it round. But if it's already rounded, it's so hard to make it a flat bill. And since all hats come as a flat bill hat, or at least sports hats usually come as a flat bill hat, unless it's like a Dadcore strap back or something, then it's going to probably come rounded. Or if it's more like, you know, hunting, mossy oak, that kind of real tree, those usually come curved. But most of them are going to come flat billed. So that's what I think is like, take it back to its original state and then allow people to figure out what they want to do with it. So, all right. And I'm going to remember today to get my little mouse out. Justin got me this mouse. It's so great because I can quick click between the computer and my iPad with it, which is really awesome. I never thought something like that would like save me so much, but it's going to help me from needing to touch the screen all the time today. Why do you take all the pictures at once when you measure and write them up? So I do bulk. I try to do bulk stuff because if I'm listing hats, and because I've got a small room here, right here, I do all my hard goods. And then over here to my right, I do all my hanging stuff. You guys have probably obviously seen how I hang clothes to do it. So I try to get stuff done as much as I can. So I only set the room up one way. Plus it's like, once you get in the rhythm of doing something, it just winds up going so much faster. Ellen, good to see you. Okay. And then for these, I don't write down stuff on these because when I'm listing them, I can go through it so quickly. It's not like it is with shirts where I have to like zoom in to see what the shoulders and the length and the width and the arm sleeve. I don't have to do that. I can just click through. I take a picture of the 7 1/8 so I can see it really easily. Where can you get a cell phone lanyard? AZ, good question. So if you go to the link dinketer in my bio YOE and click on it, it'll take you over to my link tree, which says reseller supplies to get you started. If you click on there, it'll take you to the Smile store. And in there, I have a list that says like reseller supplies. Just scroll down and you'll see it. It's there. I should probably wind up just featuring it on there somewhere because I get so many questions about it. Because watch this. I can literally just let it go and I don't have to worry about losing my phone. I've lost these glasses 3 times today because I can't find the strap that you guys see me always wear. I don't know what happened to it. It's literally missing. So I ordered myself a new one. You are welcome. All right. And then my glasses are just a tiny bit, a little dirty here. I've also lost the rag I use to clean my glasses. This is my life, you guys. So I ordered more. That is what happens when your brain is spicy. Okay. So first picture I'm going to get is of the hat here up close. Now I'm going to mess around with the exposure a little bit. And I do my hats slightly curved. And I'll show you why I do that here in a second. So I'm going to take a picture of one straight on, and then I'm going to take a picture of one curved. Now, opinions are like armpits. Everyone has them and they generally stink. This is my take on this. When I do a picture of a hat and I do it straight on, it makes the bill look so weird to me. It makes the bill look like it's super huge. But when I take a picture of it and I do slightly sideways, it makes it look like an actual hat to me. Now, not a lot of people maybe agree with that. I just think for me, it looks better. So that's how I do it. When I'm looking to buy hats, which I buy a lot of hats, you guys don't see me wear hats on here, but if I am out and about in the world, I pretty much 99% of the time have a hat on because my hair bleaches out in the sun so much. So unless I'm going out at night, I usually have a hat on. So I wear a lot of hats. I probably have 40 or 50 hats. So for me, when I go on to buy a hat, to me, it just looks funny. I don't know. I know that's just a me thing, but that's okay. Got the lanyard's a huge time saver, isn't it? to not have to set stuff down and like keep picking it up, it is a huge time saver. I agree. Okay, so I get a picture of this front ways. Now I'm going to get a picture of the side. We're going to get that little jack here off. Okay, so get a picture of the side. And then this is the reason why I use this lanyard or this, what do you want to call it? Lazy Susan, is so I don't have to keep picking things up because I want to go fast. So I take a picture kind of the whole thing. Then I'm also going to get a picture of the inside and the bill so people can see it. And then I also get a picture of the size as well. That way, when I'm doing pictures, it's easy. Then I usually pop it onto my little guy here. And then I take a picture of it like that as well. Now, I don't like using those for an opening picture. I don't know. It's just me. Again, it's my thing. But here is what I do for my photos. So we're going to have side photo. I'm going to get rid of that front one. So side photo, and then it's all the different sides of the hat. And then underneath the size, and then once on the mannequin. And I pretty much do that same thing over and over. Then to store them, I'm just going to pop this back nice and easily. And then we're just going to store the hat just like that. And then down here into our bucket. All right. Next is a Y2K LA Lakers. Oh, it's got a little, is that a, I can't tell if that's a spot or if that is a wear spot. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, I think it's just a little extra goober. So I cleaned these as well as I could. I don't know if any of you guys remember these hats from last weekend's garage sale. These were disgusting. I have never in all of the hats I've ever cleaned, ever put hats into a tub and had the tub instantly turn like green and brown. So I scrubbed these really well. I mean, these are like, I mean, that is just about as clean as you can get a hat. So especially for its era. Then I'm just going to take our little lanyard or our lanyard. Oh my gosh, I keep saying lanyard. I'm going to take our little lint roller here and go around. I see like one tiny spot there, one tiny spot there. This is just a little bit of water, guys. It's not cleaner or anything. And any extra little things, I just go around and try to get them off while I've got the hat here. And then if you are doing this, it's important that you use a rag where the little filaments aren't going to leak off because you don't want to just be creating, you know, more lint while you're cleaning. Now, this one was not flat bill originally. This is an Adidas hat, so it is slightly curved. So I just left it in its curved state. So we're going to get a picture of side here. We're going to get that side back. We're going to do that. And actually, I don't like that about that. There we go. And this one's got a little flaw spot. So I am going to make sure I show that too. Oh, my exposure looks way too high for that hat. So we're just going to get a picture of the flaw there. We're going to get a picture of the inside here. And then up close with the size tag. I don't think this had a date on it. Did it? No. Okay, perfect. And then once again, when you store your hats, it's better to store them like this and stack them than to stack them on top of each other. Just a little thing also what my husband does because he's amazing. He usually does our inventory for us and pulls stuff and organizes it because he's better at that than I am. Your weaknesses are not your weaknesses. They're only your weaknesses if you just don't realize they're just not your strengths. So doing that is a him thing. So he actually color coordinates them too, just like our closet, our bedroom, which is awesome. So he can find like red hats. It just saves time. So little tip, something he does that he really likes that works really well for him. All right, we're gonna do a little lit roll here. This one's still has a little bit of discoloration. Like I said, so my thing is time is money, money is time, right? So what I do with the hats is I put them in a giant tub. I put a little like baking soda and I put a little bit of Dawn in there. And then I let them sit for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Then I take them out. I use a soft bore brush on them and really lightly scrub them, scrub the inside of the rim. You got to be really careful on the threads on the outside that you don't scrub too hard because you'll actually dislodge them. So you just want to give it, like, it's better to scrub it more times, but scrub it lightly. So I just scrub lightly, then I rinse it really well. And then, like I said, for the flat bills, I stuff them dry. Now, that's the extent I'm going to. If you want to get crazier about it and do way more time, that's fine. But on a $15 or $20 hat, if I'm spending, 30 minutes on a hat, 50 minutes on a hat, I'm not going to make enough money and profit to make it worth it. So you just got to be thinking like how much time you're spending. Yes, I love delegation too, Erin. If I didn't delegate, I literally would be, I'd be a hot mess because I'm a busy girl. Suzery, if you go to the link Dinketer in the bio YOE, it'll take you to the Smile Amazon store. And if you go over to my list, it says reseller supplies to get you started. It's in there. Let's see. Yes. Thanks you guys for helping out too. I appreciate it. Okay. So we are just cleaning up here, any little lint guys. And then we're going to do our opening picture, which is going to be kind of a little bit, like I said, to the side. Not much, just a little bit. And then take a look at my exposure. See how that looks. I think that looks pretty gosh darn good. Looks like a hat. And then we're going to do side, back, side. See how fast this goes with Lazy Susan. Then we're going to do inside. And we're just going to show there is still just a little bit. Oh, that's a thread, not a. There's still just a little bit of discoloration. It's not crazy, but we're always trying to like show what something is actually looking like. So I'll get a picture of that. And then on hats, it's really important too that not only are you getting the size, but the brand. And if you can find a date on it, that's amazing. You're not always going to find them, but if you can find a date, that really, really helps. And then we're just going to do our little mannequin here. We still haven't come up with a name for this mannequin. We're gonna get it eventually. I just know it. We just got to come up with a really good one. Okay, so there's that. And is that a loose string? I think that's a loose string there. Let's just grab that real quick here. Other little reseller tool, which is nice. Get yourself a little pair of curved scissors. I think I have these up in the link Dinketer too, if you want to get the ones I have. I'd ordered another pair, but they were kind of flimsy. So I ordered these ones and they work way better. Okay, so that's it for our Houston Astros and in the bucket. Okay, next one we've got is Mexico baseball team, and it's nice and clean. This thing was literally green. Not that green, it was green here. So I got all that cleaned up, and it's looking very, very nice, very, very handsome, and it is ready to make someone's head very happy. All right, so we got our opening picture, and then we've got side, back, side, and I don't like that side. So if one side looks crumply, that's when I'll put it on the mannequin. I'm like, that doesn't really look good. And get it kind of a little bit taut. You don't need to show the face or anything. Okay, and then we're going to get a picture of the inside here. And a little bit of lint roll. Get our old lint roller on a string, baby. Lint roller on a string. It's like a lanyard for your lint roller. Where can you get one? Your garage. You just get a string out of the garage and put it in there. I had those from an old art project for a marketing campaign I had done at one point. Okay, we've got the inside here, and I don't see any date or anything, so moving right along. There's that one. All right, next we've got, most of you are going to have no idea what this is, and that's okay. Shout out to anyone that does, because they're probably a gamer just like me. So this is from the game. It's called Mass Effect. It's like a kind of a scary thriller game. Super, super fun, crazy fun, very long and very fun game. So we're just getting all the little lint rolls off here. These kind of hats too usually go for quite a bit because they don't put out a ton of gaming merchandise for games, or at least they didn't when this game came out. And so this is going to be something that BioWare released. They probably released a few thousand of them maybe. And it was like, if you bought the game ahead of time, maybe you got it. Or maybe it was at a convention, something along those lines. So we're going to get a picture here of it. And I really want to focus. Let's see. We need to bring our exposure down a little bit. If you guys are taking photos and you find that your pictures of items that are black or dark colored are looking like gray, it means your exposure is too high. So then we're going to turn here. We're going to turn here. On these back here too, you want to make sure you pop out where the snapback is so it doesn't look dented. And then here, we're going to put it on our mannequin. You know what we should call him, guys? What if we just named him Manny? I think that's a pretty good name. What do you think? Manny the Standy? No, just Manny. Manny, because he's a mannequin. I kind of like that. What do we think? What's our opinions on that? Do we like? Do we not like? All right, and we're going to get a picture of the inside here. And then I'm also going to grab my little tweezers, which of course I probably didn't put back where they belong. Oh, I did. I did it, guys. I've really been trying. My New Year's resolution for last year was to get myself organized and get my you-know-what together. And that means when I set something down to put it in the place it actually is supposed to live instead of the wrong place. I'm a work in progress for sure, but I'm really trying to accomplish that. So this is a 2020 hat. So this isn't too old. This probably was from when the, not the original came out, but when they either did a remake or an additional one. Okay, so BioWare 2020. We'll get a picture of the fact that the back is cotton, because a lot of hats are wool. And so we want to get that that's cotton too, so people know. Perfect. Okay. And push that in and move in right along. Okay. We miss anything here? I think Fred's good too. Living the fun life. Thanks for the follow. My scissors are on a string, so kids stop taking them. You know what's funny, Fetty, is I actually consider doing that because I do lose scissors all the time. We keep buying the packs of them from Costco. Where they end up in my house, I don't understand. One of these days, I'm going to open a tub and there's going to be like 98 pairs of scissors. I was going to do it. However, I'm afraid that I'm going to hurt myself and like injure the situation or something. So I did not want to put them on a string. Thank you so much, Suzery. Yeah, the Lazy Susan thing is great. Hetty Manny, that's funny. I like that too. Manny Festor. Done, and done. That is it. Suzery. Manny Festor. Honey, we got a name for the mannequin. Can you hear me, Justin? Nope, can't hear me. He's probably in the garage or something doing guy things. Manny Festor. Because that's, the puns, the amount of puns on that are ever abundant. Oh, I love it. All right. Yep, that's what it's got to be, guys. Other suggestions I love, but that one is that's the bee's knees on that one. I can't not do that now. That's too good. That's too good. Adsman, did anyone ever tell you that your profile picture looks like Justin from Motion City Soundtrack? I don't know if you've ever had anyone tell you that. Probably not, because it's very random. But every time I see your profile picture, I always think of Justin from Motion City Soundtrack, which is an amazing band. So it's definitely a compliment. All right, we're getting this cleaned up here, getting any gooberies off. All right, so this is a USS Missouri BB-63. I do pretty well with these military style hats. And usually people are getting them. So in your keywords, you're doing, WW2, Vietnam. You're putting a list of all the different WARSs. But then you're also looking at skate, skater, indie, hipster, musician. So it kind of fits like a couple different genre. Adsman, yeah, you'll have to look up Justin from Motion City Soundtrack. And his hair is darker, but for some reason, whenever you pop up, because I think you have a hood in your picture, he'll have like hoods in his photos when he does them online. Anyway, I don't know. I digress, but every time I see that, I think of that for some reason. Okay, so we're getting a picture here of the front. Yeah, so these kind of like military hats, if you can pick them up for a pretty inexpensive price, it's definitely worth it. However, you need to make sure that you're, tagging, like, for instance, this is a really important one for a few different reasons. Number one, the back of it says made in the USA. So if you can find these that say made in the USA, great. Number two, this is a very, very, very old New Era. So New Era, made in the USA. This is a pro model. This is like one of the original New Era hats. Back when New Era did, before they were doing mainly sports hats, they did kind of a little bit more of everybody. And so they obviously would have had a contract with the military at some point for these. So important for all those reasons. So you better bet I'm getting close-up tags of that. And then I'm also going to make sure I feature that up in my title, my description. That's going all over the place for sure. So we're just going to get it on the mannequin. So I kind of do it off the mannequin, off of Manny. We do it off of Manifester and on a Manifester, just so people can get kind of an idea of what it looks like off, what it looks like on. We're going to get a picture of the hole inside, and then I'm going to get a picture of this New Era tag and the made in the USA. Now, this will probably most likely, I would say, sell on, well, with it being New Era, it could be a couple different places. I'll probably put this one up on Grailed. So it could be Grailed, Depop, or eBay. So on eBay, I'm going to be able to put all those photos, right? But on Depop, you only get a max of 8 images. So I'll do the ones with them. I'll do probably 2 with them on Manny, and then our opening photo. And then for me, it's going to be more important of like, what does the bill look like underneath, the made in the USA, and then also the New Era tag. So you got to kind of, sometimes you have to think, like, when you're deciding what pictures you want to get up somewhere, you have to ask yourself, like, what are the most important things and the biggest selling points of this? So important things would be measurements and flaws for clothing, how crisp are the graphics, those kind of things. And then, of course, the tag and what is it made of. For hats, it's like, what does the underneath of the bill look like? What is the brand? What is the size? What makes this unique? And why is someone going to buy it over all the other things? So that's kind of how I decide what photos I'm going to feature and what photos I'm not going to feature. Okay, next one we've got is the Miami Marlins. And we just got to get any of the goobers. This hat was so trashed. I got each of these hats for, I think it was like about, because we did like a bundle thing. So I think I probably got them each for about $1.75, somewhere right in there, I would say. And so we got a lot of these we got this weekend, and then the rest of these you're going to see I've just been getting over time. Like I said, Pete, the procrastination monkey, has been living in my head, and like I said, I try to like stack things up. So I'd rather spend 3 hours on one Sunday washing hats than 20 minutes 4 or 5 or 6 times. So I don't know. That math didn't math, but that's okay. You guys get my point, I hope. All right, so we're popping that up. Gonna make him look all pretty. I can't believe, one of the things I really like about this job, and I don't know, maybe this is just like, this is a me thing, but, well, backstory. So growing up, my mom cleaned houses for a living. So I would help her out a lot. That way I could get home at a decent time to play like Nintendo. Otherwise, we would be there at houses and apartment complexes she was cleaning out until like 10 o'clock at night. So a lot of times I would help her out. You know, she's a single mom and you do what you got to do. And so she, I think, inspired me, because we'd get done with a house or a apartment or whatever. And when we got done, we would always look around and be like, oh my gosh, like, oh, look at what we did. It looks so amazing. She would vacuum, and we called it where no man has walked before. And so it's the vacuum lines with like the little triangles and stuff. So we would do like the where no man has walked before, or where no man has wiped before, which was for the floors. So it's like we would enjoy the end result of our hard work. It was just our thing. And so now when I get done and I can look at this hat and I remember what this looked like. I mean, I don't know if y'all were on Saturday, but this wasn't even white. It was literally green. So the fact that we were able to clean this and have this bring back to life, I would so much rather see someone wearing this hat than have it in, a landfill and then they just go buy a new one. So the fact that we are able to provide a service to the world and the environment and other people, and I'm not trying to get all like, hippie or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, I just think that it's pretty cool that we get to do that because I see how much waste there is out there. I mean, I see how much fast fashion's at garage sales, and I think of all of that and how much is going in landfills, and it's just like, oh, it's just rough. So anyways, that's my that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so next we've got a Houston Astros, and let's just clean off the bill here. And this one was in really good condition. This is a unique hat too. This had to be like a special release or something because the inside of this hat is like bananas nice. I'll show you in a second. So it's got like a leather band all on the inside. And it's wool with like a leather band. It's the MLB Limelight collection. 100% Lana. So this is 100% Lana wool. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, something about it. Like, how we talk about like beefy tags, it just feels like this has got like meat and potatoes. My mom had a cleaning service called The Special Touch. Green Thrifty. You guys, Green and I have lived the same life somehow, and I don't understand how this is possible. It's true. My mom's was called PNC's, so painting and cleaning. PNC's cleaning services. Or no, PNC's services. So it's painting and cleaning services. That's so crazy. How do you clean and dry the hats? Usually that's a good question. So I take a big, huge bucket, probably was even this one down here, just a tub. I put a little bit of like a lukewarm water with about 5 or 6 tablespoons of Dawn. And then I sprinkle some baking soda in. Then I take my whisk and I like whisk it all together to mix it up really well. Then I just pop the hats in. I let them sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then I take them out and I use the same thing on these hats that I use on cleaning like shoes and stuff. So you just can use like a little soft bore brush. You clean the inside here. The trick is though, you got to do slow and steady wins the race on these because otherwise you'll pull up the threads, especially if you're dealing with stuff that's vintage. You're going to pull up all those little threads. So you got to be kind of careful on it. Then what I do is I collect, before I get started, as many pieces of dry material as I can find in my house. Sheets, blankets, pillowcases, washcloths, cleaning rags, old t-shirts. And then I'm going to stuff it full. I'm going to put it on a table. And then I put something heavy on it. Like I've got some glass bottles. I put it on to get the bill flat. I leave that with a fan going overhead for about 24 hours. You can also stick them outside if you want to. You don't have to do inside, but that's just where the table is I do this on. And I put down a sheet on the table first so it absorbs any of the liquid of the hats. I let that sit for about 24 hours. Then what I do is I pop it over, take out all the stuffing materials, put it back, put the bottle back on, and let it finish drying for about 48 hours. So all of these we did on Sunday afternoon. So now they're ready to be photographed. So if you have any questions about that, I know we do have so much in common. It's so wild. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions about that? Thrifty, I'm so happy to see you as always. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Brooke. Okay, let's get a picture of our Houston Astros 95 to 99 limited edition hat here. And this one is in really good condition. Like this one, I didn't have to do too much to. This was definitely one of our easier hat ones. Okay, then because this is like a special edition one, I really want to make sure I focus on getting some of the other little caveats that are in here. So you know how we talk about when we're doing clothing, we always talk about try to get the logo in as many of the photos as you can because it helps to create what's called an exposure. and it just exposes the person to that brand over and over again in their mind and helps them to purchase it from you. So when you're doing hats, it's the same thing. So while I'm getting a picture of these tags, I'm still trying to get the 59.50 in there. I'm trying to still get as many things as I can in the photo to just reiterate the person reasons why they want to purchase it. And then we just fold it up. Make sure when you do these too that they're not crumply in the back. You want to kind of smooth it out with your hands and then store. And you can see how that's starting to store down here in this bucket. Let me hold it up so everybody can see. And these are how it stores in our closet, only obviously Justin does the color coordination one, which makes it just really easy for us to find them. Okay, next thing we've got here, this is an LA Dodgers hat. And this one's kind of interesting because it's with the red on black. Now, they do have the version of this out right now, if I'm not mistaken, that is like the reprint. So remember how we talked about how clothing brands are trying to do that right now, where they're putting out like the re version. Like right now we've got the whole like Jumpman 1980s and 1990s Nike reprints coming out. Silver Tab, Levi's are trying to get reinvigorated because they realize that a lot of people are buying those vintage items. I think where they're missing the mark is the fact the reason they're buying them is because not only because it's a cool vintage style, but also because the quality's better. I think that marketing departments are missing that, but I think they're just hoping to get people that are concerned about the brand and not so much about the quality. In my opinion, anyways, that's what's going on. So this is one of those hats where they are doing a remake version of this right now. However, it's a fitted version. So this one's unique because it's got the snapback. It's a 47, but it's a little bit of an older 47. It's wool as well. And I'm guessing this is probably like a 20 or 2009, I would say, probably. I could be wrong on that. I'm not as big of a hat expert as I am on more Y2K clothing. However, just judging by the feel of it, I would say that I think I'm right, but maybe not. So we will find out when we go to list it. I have not comped any of this stuff, so I don't know what's worth more or what's not worth more. That's always kind of a surprise because I don't usually comp things when I go to garage sales. One, because I don't seem to get reception anywhere here, but two, because I want to turn and burn. I would rather, this is me, I'd rather spend $1 on an item at a garage sale and risky biskies that it's worth something than stand there with the person talking to me and try to comp stuff. Now, I do it from time to time, especially if it's an item where they want a little bit more money for it, or maybe it's a brand I'm just trying to learn about. So there's definitely like, you know, caveats to that kind of rule that I have in my head. But for me, it's like, it's $1. There's no way I'm not making $4. So it still gets me somewhere in the end. I don't know if that makes any sense, but okay. So we're going to fold this up and get to our next one. Okay. Next one. This one is a banger. This one is a banger. And I'm so happy I got it clean. This thing was destroyed. So this is one of the things I did spend a little bit more time on. I probably spent about 10 minutes on this hat. Be young, have fun, drink Pepsi. This is a vintage Pepsi hat with the Pepsi logo still on it. Now, very important when you're going to clean hats. When you come across a hat that is vintage, that has a paper tag, do not submerge it in the water. Do not put it in with the Dawn and the baking soda or whatever else you use to clean it, because it will take the logo off. 100% of the time, it'll take the logo off. If you do not believe that, you're welcome to try it out. I have done it, and it's terrible. I lost like 10 or 11 hats when I first started doing this that were vintage. I even had a Super Bowl hat I lost that way. So do not do that with the tags. Number two, if it has mesh in the inside, do not submerge that either, because if it's old mesh, it will also disintegrate. So how I do these is on my tub here, I have a bunch of like potato sack clips, like, the clips you use to put on tops of potato sacks to keep the potatoes, um, potato chips fresh. So what I do is I clip this tag to the top of the bin. So let's just say that this was our bin and not our stolen Target container. I would just clip this to the top here, let the hat soak, but don't let the tag soak. Then I'm going to take it out and I'm going to hold this tag while I'm scrubbing and cleaning with clean, dry hands. I'm going to clean this because the soap will take that old ink off. And then when you go to rinse it, the water on it is fine. It's the soap and the baking soda that will take that off. So just clip it to the side inside and it'll help to clean it. This thing was destroyed. I am not kidding. This whole thing was yellow and green. And I think we're going to probably fetch a pretty good price for this one. This is insanely good. So I'm really excited about this one. This is going to be a good hat. This is one of those hats that I will probably price pretty high to get traffic into my Depop store. So here's a little Depop tip for those of you that want a Depop tip for the day. So Depop, because it's a social media platform where you just happen to sell things on, it likes things that are trending. And so it's going to really favor your store if you have a trending item in it. So what I do is I will mark up maybe like 1 or 2 items a week, no more than that, 1 or 2 items a week. I will mark them up that are like super bangers, things that are like, this is going to get me traction. Like I've got a sales in shirt I marked up 2 weeks ago. I have a pair of vintage Calvin Kleins I had marked up that are like the balloon sides, like a couple things that are just like, whoa, like where did you get that? So this will be one of those items. So I'll probably price it maybe $10 higher than what I actually think I can get for it. Because once one item is trending in your closet, Depop will push out your closet more than it will push out somebody else's. And then let me see if I've got any trending items right now and I can show you what it looks like. Let's see. Oh, I've got stuff that just sold, so it may not. Let me take a look. So normally where you'll see it is 2 places. So I just sold something, so you won't see it right now. But normally it'll be here on the front page. It'll say your items are trending, or you'll see it right here. There'll be a little space between your description and your pictures, and sometimes it's here. Depop just did an update about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So I've noticed it in both places. I don't know if they're going to keep it like that, but I haven't seen it on my wall in, I guess, the last week or so. But I did see it on that main page. So maybe that's where they're moving it. Anyways, it'll just say, your items are trending. To see which item is trending, click here. Don't click on it. You don't need to do anything. And don't close it out because you want it to stay there so that you can see if it's still trending. Once that item isn't trending anymore, that bar will go away and you'll know it's time to get another trending product up there. So that's a great time to list like a super banger, something with crazy fire. Now, if you're wondering if your item is fire and you're not sure if it's going to be, if you boost on Depop, which I do, so you'll see, do you see the little numbers? Can you guys see the numbers next to all that stuff? That tells me how many eyes I've had on that particular item. So let me find one that's got like, okay, so here we go. So here's one here. This is one of my bangers that I've got up right now, and I have it priced higher than what I want. This is a limited, a day to remember shirt. This thing is literally, you cannot find this online anywhere. This does not exist. So this is a really sought out after print because of that. Now I have it marked at $175 on my store. I don't think I'm going to get that. I will probably get $135, $140 from that. But I marked that sucker up because I knew that it was going to be something that was going to get a ton of traction. So look at this, 1,600 views, 19 clicks, 3 likes, 1 person has it in their bag. So I know what is going to be bangers now because I've been doing this for a while. But in the beginning, when I didn't know, that's how I'd find out. So if I saw something that had like crazy traction, I would go in and actually mark that item up just a little bit in order to like get some more eyes, get some fresh stuff. You could even delist and relist it if you wanted to give it a new fresh URL. So I hope that helps. That might be something that helps you guys. You should have a video cleaning a hat if you don't mind. Ascension, I think I do down. If you scroll into my TT, I think I do. I think I was doing it the same way I do now. If not, then it's really close. I have a Yankees World Series champions varsity jacket that I'm going to cross-list to Depop. Picky picker, I will get that listed ASAP. And I would definitely make sure you use keywords like, MLB, prep, jock, rare, limited edition, championship, champions, World Series, like get all that in there. Yes, the crossbody strap. If you go to the old link dinketer in the bio YOE, click on it. It'll take you over to, it says reseller tools to get you started. Take you over to the Smile Amazon store. And in there, you will find it under my supplies. It is the life-saving thing of all time. So Ruberos, nice to see you. Okay, let's keep going here. Sometimes my brain needs like a 2-second break, and we got to learn something, and Charity's going to take a break. Okay. So next thing we've got here is this absolute fire hat. Totally crazy. I can't believe I was able to get this back into the condition that it's in. Just so wild. I was not expecting to be able to get this clean. Like, I just can't believe I got it this clean. So anyway, tooting my own horn. I mean, there's a little bit of discoloration here and there, but like compared to what it was, and I don't even know if you find another one of these online. This is going to be one of those rare boys. So we're going to get here, and then I'm going to make sure, of course, I get a picture of the Pepsi tag, and then we're also going to get a picture of the inside. Now with this one, besides just doing streetwear, skate, hip hop, rap, 90s, 80s, retro, 90s nostalgia, it also has that almost baseball look to it, which right now is very important because we're headed into the World Series. And so I'm going to do, baseball hat, retro baseball, retro MLB nostalgia. I'm going to put all that down in there as well. Okay, so let's get that closed up and moving right along. Okay, next one we've got here is an Arizona Diamondbacks. This is a strap back. I would say this is probably not a super sought out after hat. However, it does still have its sticker on it. Charity, how did you clean that hat with a sticker? Well, thank you for asking. So same thing. I'm going to pin this bill to the outside of my tub when I clean it. I'm going to let the hat soak in there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out. I'm going to take my little boar brushel. I'm going to get it a little bit wet. I'm going to put my finger over that sticker, and I'm going to clean around it. I'm going to stay away from the sticker. I repeat, I'm going to stay away from the sticker. Then I'm going to put it in the sink with my hand over the sticker, and I'm going to clean. Now remember, liquid's going to flow in towards that sticker. So you want to have it just on the outside here, and then towel dry. And then on the top here, I'm not going to submerge this. I'm just going to take a little bit of a spray bottle, get it. I'll just show you exactly what I did. So I'm just going to take this, spray that down, and I'm just going to take a rag, and I'm just going to lightly go over it just like that and get all the like U-buoys off, because this makes this hat more valuable that this holographic sticker is still on there. God, good to see you. Shauna, hello from Canada. Top of the morning to you. I'm glad to see I was on your schedule today. That's what my aunt is from Burnaby, and so she always says, "What's your schedule like?" I'm like, "My schedule?" She's like, "No, your schedule." I'm like, "Oh, I see." Mama Bear, thank you for the follow. Okay, so we're gonna get a picture of this Diamondback hat here. This is probably maybe like a $13 hat. This is definitely not some, super crazy banger, but you know what? 13 bucks is 13 bucks. Can't snooze on 13 bucks, right? Especially for something that doesn't take a whole heck of a time. Now, if this hat had been absolutely disgusting filthy, and the holographic had been on there, I might have had to get a little bit more creative. I have in the past taken the blue painter's tape and put it over. It kind of works if you're trying to get a little bit more wet. It just, it's not a surefire thing, that's for sure. Now on this, you also want to make sure you get up close with the holographic sticker because that is its item number as well. And then we're going to get pictures of the fact that it is New Era and it is an OSFA, which is a one-size-fits-all strap back with a hook and loop closure. All right, next. We're going to move on here. We're going to take just a 2-second hat break here. And we're going to move on to some other items I have been needing to get done. So this is, I picked up these pillows at, it was actually at an estate sale, which I don't normally go to them, but it was on the same street as some garage sales. Estate sales and we got a love and a hate relationship because I tend to find things at them and then I get really excited about it because it's like old vintage stuff. And then they want some sort of absolutely insane price for it, especially if it's like a estate sale company that's putting it on. They tend to ask like these bananas prices that I'm just not going to pay. So, but I was able to get a few things at this estate sale. I got these pillows for, it was probably like 50 cents or $1 each. And they're just really unique. They've got that like really pretty crocheted cottage core look to them. They do have an old velvet backing. There's no marks or anything on it as far as like the brand that I could find. I think I remember looking through this and I didn't see anything. So it's not going to sell because the brand. It's going to sell because of flower core, cottage core, sweet, precious, granny's house, grandma's house, granny core, grandma core, cottage, flower core, prairie core, heritage style. So it's going to sell because of the words I'm putting down into the description. So cottage core would be probably the most popular one for this, but I'm going to do a little bit of everything there. It's got a little bit of staining on the back, but I mean, this is like a super old vintage set. So the likelihood of there being another one out there is not huge. So I'm going to sell them as a set. So I'm not trying to sell them separately. So we're going to make them look all cute and pretty and get a picture of them. Let's see how that looks. Let's take a look here. How does that look? Not bad, not too shabby. All righty, and then we're going to get a picture of them individually. I am going to put the exposure up just a little bit, I think. Perfect. And then picture of the back. And perfect. And then picture of the front. And good. And then picture of the back. And good. And then we're going to get a picture of the length. So bust out our dollar store item here because it's inexpensive and it works great. Why get something that's expensive when you can get something that's not expensive but works fine? All right. I tried using my husband's measuring tape when I first got started. He's got like a regular, like I'm a dude and I build things. One, it was like 3 pounds. I'm like, why is it so heavy? I'm like, what are you even doing with this thing? That's crazy. So yeah, anyways, long story short, we definitely went for the $1 store item over the 3 pound. It was like a workout every time I tried to use that thing. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna get those. And then usually for stuff like this, what I like to do is I have my scale right here. And I just put them on just to get like an idea. Oh my gosh, I got so much stuff over here. I just put them on just to get an idea of how much they're gonna weigh, just for a measure. See, so they're 1.5 each, so 3 pounds plus 5 ounces. So we'll do 3.5 on those. So then what I do, this is my little method to my madness, is I will put 3.5, take a picture of that on a Post-it note. So when I go to put these up, I know what it is. Cross out the 3.5 because that's, so I don't confuse it with the next item. And then we are good to go on those. Okay, next thing we've got here. So these are kind of interesting. I should have gotten these up a while ago. I bought them at a garage sale like 2 weeks ago. And then you guys saw the video probably, or maybe it was like two and a half weeks ago, maybe. And then we put them away in a box in the garage and I couldn't find them. So I'm just now finding them. So it's a little late on the Halloween situation for sure. However, that being said, people do buy stuff kind of still last minute. And I'm probably going to put these just up on Facebook. I think Facebook is probably the way to go on these. So just spraying a little bit of water here just to wipe them down because they were sitting out in the old garage here. Yeah, they were at the bottom of, and I think what I had done was I stuck them in a box to be like, okay, take this box inside Charity. And then unfortunately we stuck a whole bunch of stuff on top of it. So there was like shoes and jackets and stuff, and I didn't expect it to be at the bottom of that bucket. So that's what happens when you have a garage full of hoarded items. Isn't that fun? All right, so we're going to put these up on Old Manifestor here, just so people can see what this is and get a picture. If anybody knows marshmallow, that's what this is. I am a huge marshmallow fan. So I think these are fantastic. And if I didn't think I would be too sweaty, I would totally wear these. But here in Texas, it is still hot. It is, I have no business wearing any of that. So, all right. So I've got a picture here. Let me make sure I get a good front one of him. And then I've got 2 of these. I think what I'll do is just put 1 in the photo, but I'll put 2 available. And then I think that's the way to do it. Just take a picture of 1 of them and then put 2 available on Facebook. Yeah, I think I'll do that. What do you guys think? I don't think I should put them as a set because I don't think 2 people are going to dress up as Marshmallow. Where do you get your photo set up? Rose, are you talking about the one that I'm using right now, or are you talking about the one I do for clothing? Sweet as pineapple. Good to see you. Ooh, pineapple. What holographic sticker? This one here. So at the bottom of the bill of hats, a lot of times you'll see that holographic sticker is on there. If you can keep those intact, you really want to. Coley, hey, I took pictures the first time yesterday. I see the need for a phone strap. Coley's like, okay, now I understand. Isn't that funny? Oh my gosh, it's so true. I'm going to my first estate sale this week. Good luck. You got this. Hopefully it's put on by a person and not a company because those can be kind of pricey. Ruth, I'm happy to see you. I could know the clothing setup too. Okay, so for this one here, I mean, this is just something I put together. So this is a motorized table. I got this, so it goes up and down, so it saves my back. I got this one off of my Amazon store. I believe the link for this is in my bio YOE. If you just click on it, you can go over to Reseller Supplies to get you started. And I think this is in the drop down one that says like, so you want a reseller photo must-haves or something like that. I think it's in there. So the reason I went with this one is because there's a lot of these motorized tables out there, but this one had the best reviews and I love it. I love it so much that we actually got another one and Justin uses it in his office now for work. So he can stand up and work and then sit down and work. I also have one. You guys are underneath you is the same one, only a little bit of longer version so that I can do my shipping on it. And then I put it down to use as an office desk. So anything I can save my back, I use. Now, if you're looking for the clothing setup one, all you got to do is go over to the old link Thinkitor and my bio YOE. It'll take you over the 2Bs that's UBs. And you can click on there. There's a 2-minute video over there that tells you exactly how I built it and where you can get all of the supplies. Yeah, you should always leave those holographic things intact because people will buy it because of that. People will buy those people will buy those hats, and leave the sticker on the top too. Very streetwear, very skatewear. People will leave that. So that's important to keep that on there. I have a light box set up. I never got to use it over the heat. I never paid $60 for it. Yes. So Jewel, that's interesting you say that because I was going to do a light box when I first started. Instead of getting these and doing the table, I was just going to do a light box and just put it up on stuff. but I read so many reviews where people said it was so hot because the box is like right here and it's like coming at you. So you're like your chest and everything, your face would get really sweaty. And I'm already such a warm girl that I was like, that's not going to work for me. I also read that when you're trying to take pictures, your hands can get really hot. Now that maybe or maybe isn't true. I haven't used one, so I don't know. But that's what I read. That's why I went for these big lights, which they don't even make the Fovitex anymore. But you guys can find these online. Just look for ones that have, if you can find ones that have LED bulbs, get those. If I could go back in time, I would have gotten the LED bulbs. Honey, we just got a pop-up notice that the oven is preheated. Justin, my husband is a NE to the E to the R to the D hardcore, which is what I love. And he has our whole house hooked up with all these alert things. Things pop up all the time that'll be like, your lights are on, your door is open, your garage is open, your range is done cooking, the microwave's ready. Our lights in our house, you can tell them to turn off and on. I don't even know. Half of it I love, half of it gets frustrating. But then when I'm sitting somewhere and I want to turn off the lights, it's really awesome. The motorized table is genius. What is the name of the lights? These are Fovitec, but I don't think that they make these specific ones anymore. However, I think that they do an LED version. If you can find the daylight LEDs in anywhere between 5,500 to 6,500 lumens, that's what you want. You are so welcome. Kaylee's here. My brother has a light box. He likes it. I mean, the lights you have right now. Oh, I see you're saying. Yeah, these aren't too bad. Like I said, if I could go back in time, I probably would get the LED ones. But at the time, I just didn't know. I mean, standard lights to do clothing would be sweaty. That's why I use my box. So the thing that you guys saw me build, all the heat stays contained in because of the fact that the lights inside are all LED. So like even at the end of photographing 2 hours, I can reach my hand in where my clothing setup is and it isn't warm. These do get warmer though. He hasn't used it much lately. He's been doing normal lighting. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Ruth, I'm so happy to see you. Chaba Man, hi. Okay, let's get to our next item here. This is another mask. Like I said, I wish I would have gotten these up when I first got them, but you know, you lose stuff in the garage and it just is what it is. So this is another, this is a Fortnite mask. Like I said, I think these will probably end up selling on Facebook, probably just to someone locally that wants to, use it for Halloween or something like that. So I'm just going to put these up on Facebook. If they don't sell on Facebook, then I'll probably put them up on I may still even put them up on eBay. I don't know. It's pretty late. What is the date today? Oh, yeah, I don't even think the person would get it. So yeah, so I'm probably just going to focus on FB local for these. So get a picture of the inside here. Oh, I just realized I did not get a picture of the inside of the marshmallow ones too. Do they both look the same? Yes and yes. Okay. Let's get a picture of the inside of this one here too. I'm so alone. Nothing feels like home. Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right. Next thing we've got. So this is kind of a funny one. So do you guys remember the other day when we? Oh, sorry about that. Do you guys remember the other day when we were taking pictures and we were doing the hard goods and I was doing pictures of these ship things? So I realized because we thought that there wasn't any instructions with this one. And then I realized the instructions for that one was in this one when I went to list it. So that's funny. So this has got the instructions for both ships. So that one goes to that one. So we need to retake pictures of that. And then same thing with this one. So now I get to take pictures of this and it has the instructions. So that's pretty cool. I thought that was funny. I was like, okay, well, that's all right. All right, so we're just gonna, because I already have really good pictures of all of this. So we're just gonna lay all this out and then we'll just focus this one on the instructions so people can see that the instructions are here. And then we'll use the other photos that we did originally. So I thought that was so funny. I was like, oh, there's no instructions for this one. That's a bummer. And then I go to list this one and I'm reading the things and I was like, Captain Kidd. I was like, why is that in this Eagle one? And I was like, oh, Gotcha. Okay. The person probably just had them at the same time and just put them back together and ended up with the instructions in the wrong one. So got that done. And these aren't huge sellers. I mean, this is probably like a $20 kit or something, but hey, 20 bucks, 20 bucks, 20 bucks, right? So now we need to take a picture of this one without the Jolly Roger instructions, because that's so funny that that was on there. There's that. There's that. We got this part of it. And this is just kind of what I do for this kind of stuff. I don't know exactly how this is supposed to look. This is not something I am building or have ever built. So I just kind of put things together like this. And then I let the person buying it decide if they want to get it. It's like, here's all of the things. And if you want it, this is what all of the things have. So there's that. And pictures of all of this. Dirt. And this is like a, I don't know, probably a $20 kit too. It's nothing too crazy, but we got these for, I was thinking I paid $1, but yeah, I paid it. Oh yes, it was $1 because they wanted $2. And I'm like, yeah, how about $1? So we did those for $1. Okay. All right, so those are done. I had already done pictures of those the other day, in case you're wondering why I didn't do more photos. It's because I already did it. Okay, next we've got a little funny guy here, little mascot. It's a piggy bank. It's in pretty good condition for its age. This is definitely like a 1990s. Let's see. Do you have? I just watched him. Do you have a? Where's your thing? Oh, there it is. 1995. So this is a little 1995 guy, and he's nothing crazy, but I mean, he's somebody. He's somebody that somebody will be excited to get. So this kind of stuff is great this time of year too. You want to make sure that you put the words gift, Christmas gift, hubby, husband, man cave, any of these kind of sports things. I usually write that because a lot of times people will be looking for something for their husband. They know the husband likes this team. And so I think this is the Pittsburgh Flyers, if I'm not mistaken. Someone's probably going to be like, that is not what that is. And that's okay. Because I don't need to know, because I don't know anything about this. I think that's who it is though. So those kind of keywords really will help with something like this to sell it. If you're, if you've got any sort of like, man stuff on there. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but like manly things. That's what I'm trying to say. And then sometimes it can be a little tricky trying to get, there we go. Trying to get the date on things can be weird. Take a look. Is it still blurred? It's still blurred. It's so weird how sometimes things just won't. It's like your camera just doesn't want to pick up on like the little fine details. There we go. I'll do that and then just crop my hand out of that. It's a San Diego chicken mascot for the Padres. Is that what that is? That there? I was thinking it was like Pittsburgh Flyers. Like I thought this was a hockey thing. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I'm cooked. San Diego chicken. All right, San Diego chicken it is. Blended Oasis, what is happening today? I'm so happy to see you. Let's see. What else do we got there? It's a 22nd. You have 9 days. Yeah, Pat, I could probably put them up today. And if they sell, great. If not, then I really think they'll probably be a local thing. So, but I probably should. All right, you guys. All right. Okay. The next thing I've got is a unsure situation. So I picked these up at a garage sale. Now, I got these from just a second, I need to get my spray. I got these from at a garage sale. It was this guy selling all these tools, and on this mat he had two things. and I think they were like his sons or something. So he had these shoes, and then he had this hat that's by this guy, this artist. His name is Hoard Made It, and he does like limited edition release hats, kind of like a streetwear hip hop kind of aesthetic. Anyways, so I see these two, and I'm like, okay, I know that hat's worth money. I can tell just by picking it up, and so I had a feeling these might be Yeezys, but I wasn't totally sure. Now, judging by the quality of the tools, judging by the quality of the, judging by the quality of the tools and judging by the quality of this other hat, I feel like these are real. However, they're a bit worn, so like the ridges aren't as ridgy as they normally would be on Yeezys. So I tried to do them through check, but the problem I kept having was the trying to get inside of here to show the Yeezy symbol was like impossible. I mean, you guys know I'm good at like getting my phone in little tiny small spaces, and I could not get it in there. So I tried a million different things. I sent it into check, and it just looks like I just couldn't get the pictures quality enough. So they came back saying not authentic, but not authentic because they don't think it's authentic, not authentic because they couldn't tell. So they're like, you're welcome to resubmit. And I think I'm just going to end up with the same problem. So trying to get inside of here with any camera to get a picture deep in here of the actual Yeezy was impossible. So here's what I did. I've spent way too much time on these, but I went, because we're always learning, always searching, always growing. So I went on a whole bunch of different websites to see. And according to what I could see, these look real for a few different reasons. Number one, the size of the Adidas logo stamp in here is correct. Number two, the toe shape is round like this and not pointed. The fake ones have more of a pointed look to it. Number three, they're flat billed in the front and back. Number four, this swoop on the side is correct for how the Yeezy swoop is supposed to be. And then inside, it actually says, you know, Yeezy, China, 10 US. It doesn't look like it's stamped super hard, which they, that not real ones are stamped differently. And so I think that these are real, but I think if I list them on eBay, or I think I'm going to get the same problem that I had with, trying to get them authenticated, which is if someone buys these and then I get an inauthentic thing and they get sent back because of the fact that they're worn. So on the new Yeezys, these ridges are like a little bit more pronounced. And then there's a stamp here, which you can see that there used to be, but there's usually a stamp here. And then there'll be like sticker residue from where the sticker was. Or there'll be on some of them, it has an actual thing in the inside, but these are worn, like everything's been worn down. Like these were used. And so I'm kind of trying to decide what to do. My gut says I'm going to end up with an issue because they're like most of the ones that I saw online for sale are like either brand new or they're like really new. I didn't see hardly any ones that were like generously worn. And I think the reason is because it's so hard to tell if they are or not, because once they get worn, things just, the telltale signs are worn. So Coastal, these are 10. They're 10s. So I am 93% sure that they are correct and they're the actual realies. The quality of them is like crazy too. They're not like bendy, they're not flimsy. But I think I'm just going to have issues. So I'm trying to decide what to do. I don't know if I should just put them up on Facebook and try to do it that way. I mean, they're clean. I just finished cleaning the bottoms, but I don't know. Hold a small mirror in there. Tried that. I even tried this curated. So I have this little mirror guy. I literally got in here with it. I tried to take pictures from the side. I shone lights in here. I had Justin shine his phone camera in there and I tried to get it. It's just really difficult. I've never had an issue trying to get it. And then here's the thing. In order for them to tell if it's real skis or not with the stamp that's in here, they have to be able to tell the thickness of how deep the stamp went in, because I guess the ones that aren't, the stamp goes in deeper. The problem is because these are worn and they've been worn in the inside, it's like so hard to tell. You just can't. It's like, I mean, I looked at the space and distance between the lettering. I looked at the font because you can tell of the not skis and the real skis. You could tell by the font. To me, they're good. And I am particular. And I'm telling you, the amount of time I spent on these is insane. Where will you post? I'm interested. Hey, Coastal, if you're interested, just shoot me a message here on IG, because I'd rather sell them to somebody in here that like knows that I am a real human. And I'm like, my gut says that they are real. I'd rather do that than just put them up online somewhere and have to deal with all of the issues, because it is one of the most cedar fitted things out there. So I don't know. Coastal, send me a message. If you guys are interested, if anybody in here is interested in these, shoot me over a message. Coastal, you get first dibs. And I got them for a really crazy, ridiculously good deal, obviously. So I will let them go for a good deal as well, because I don't want to deal with the situations I'm going to have to deal with, because they are worn. But I mean, look at these things. They're literally round toe, correct swoop, correct stamp. Maybe you guys can see. I don't know if you're going to be able to see I mean, this is the issue I had. You can see, can you see? No, right in there. Right in there. Oh, I wonder if I hold where's my light? Oh, my phone. If I hold the light up to it, you guys might be able to see it too. Let's see. This was me trying to get pictures of this. Can you see it in there? Oh, I know what I can show you guys. Let's see. Do I have, let me go into my photos, because I can't send you photos on IG or on TT because they don't let you. I can send you photos on IG. So I can send you the pictures I did or tried to do poorly. Let's see if I can find them. We're just taking a 2-second timeout, guys. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Where are they? They might be back a little ways here, because I did the photos and then I kind of set them to the side. Let's see. We did that before we did the Lily Pulitzer. This is me trying to find them. It might be too far back. Oh my gosh, you guys, we take a lot of photos together. Yeah, I don't see them now. Anyways, so yeah, that's the story on these. So I'm going to take pictures of them, and then we'll try to figure out what to do, because this is like the first thing I've ever had where I am so crazy sure that I'm right about this, but I just feel like because they've been worn, I'm going to have issues. Because like the back's been worn. I mean, they're in really good condition. It's just, because of the cedar fit issue, this is where I'm at. All right, take a picture of the bottoms here. And then let me get a picture of the sides here. And then I guess I can, okay, I'm going to pull this back really far and then try to get a picture of this without actually hurting the shoe. Let's see if I can get in here. Can you believe how hard this is? Okay, there we go. All right, I can at least show you guys this picture. So the problem is by the time you do that, it stretches the font. So you can't, so it's hard to get authenticated. All right, so take a look at that. I mean, it straight up has the actual name in there with the correct font. It's got the line through the 0. It's got it's the correct amount of stamping. Grandma sneaker cleaner. Yeah, this is what I use to clean all of my shoes. I've done so many different kinds of stuff now, and this is the one I keep going back for. It's in the old link Dinketer too. Ooh, 50% of our goal, guys. All right. Sorry. I know we're spending a lot of time on this, but it's been something on my mind trying to figure out what to use. What hair dye do you use? It's called Pulp Riot. Pulpriot. Yeah. So Coastal, send me a message, and if you guys are interested in these, um, you know, Coastal gets first dibs, but those are legit. Tenacious. I am, like I said, I'm like at least 93% sure that they're real, because the DU to the PPPEEE ones don't have that in there. They also messaging about the Yeezys. Hi Coastal, I see you. They don't have all of that, all the information in there. So anyways, that's the situation. And these are the weight of them is correct too, because they are over, it looks like just over 14 ounces, which the other ones, the old fake nakeders, are really lightweight because they're like this little, they're like a cheaper material. Okay, I know we spent a lot of time on those, but we're moving along. All right, so next thing we've got, should we go with another interesting item? So I picked this up at a garage sale. I got this like a year ago. So I have a little bit of another pickle here. This was in our garage hoard, at the top of a box that I found this when I was looking for those Halloween masks. And so I had totally forgotten about this, but this is a Coach hat. So it's the Coach. You can find these online. They've got the leather. I mean, it's a really insanely nice hat. It's got the leather strap back. Here's the dilemma. So the garage sale I got this from was a super ritzy garage sale in this huge, beautiful home. The woman had very expensive high-end clothing. Husband made some good moolah. She was a stay-at-home lady, and she was getting rid of a ton of stuff. I wound up getting some Patagonia there. I think I got, oh man, what else did I get there? It's been a while. I want to say I got a couple MK things there. I got some Miss Me's. And anyways, so I got some higher end stuff there. So I was really excited about this hat. And when I Google lensed it, everything came back legit. Here's my issue. The Coach tag inside, she cut it off because the tags that come with this hat originally are like this long. They're really long. So you can see where she cut the tag. And because it's cut, I think I'm going to have a really hard time with showing it's authentic. I could be wrong about that, but I'm kind of in a pickle with this one too, because it's like, do I put it up and then explain the situation? Do I try to just sell it locally? I mean, it's an absolutely gorgeous hat. If this was my style, because you guys know I wear more like boys trucker hats. If this was my style, I would 100% keep it, because it's in really crazy good condition. But she probably wore it once and literally just, put it in a bucket or something because she's got lots of income. Anyway, so I'm gonna get pictures of it, and then I guess I'll figure out what to do with the situation. Man, two weird ones back to back. But like I said, this one, I am sure that this one's real. It's just with that tag being cut, is that going to be an issue? Because I know that like online platforms are really, really weird about the authentic stuff. So maybe I should just, try to do it locally or something. So annoying that the tag got cut. I mean, I get why she did it, because it was probably really long and annoying, but so I figure all this, what I'll do is I'll find one that someone has for sale with the tag, and then I'll just try to match up all of the stuff there, and then maybe take a screenshot of it and then show what it looked like originally. Thrifty says, I'll just list it, say the tag was cut. I don't think Coach is as bad as some others. Okay, interesting. Hey girl, hey Kay, it's good to see ya. Oh, Kelly, thank you. Kelly, 30 pumpkins. Banskis. Thanks, you guys. Did you put your phone on a 3X? Oh, yeah, Denise. I mean, the amount of stuff about the pictures I tried to take, like I said, I spent so much time on those shoes, but I got to learn a lot about Yeezys, that's for sure. Dorian, thank you so much for the follow. And Charisse, Cindy, good to see you. Yeah, so I think on this one, we just kind of rock the tag was cut situation. And then, like we said, maybe I try to find one that wasn't, and then go from there. So I don't know. A little bit of wear back here on the back. Is that wear or is that just dusty? Can't tell. A little bit of wear. Anyway, so those are our two kind of weird and strange things for the day. All right. Guess what we got, guys? Never fear. We got more hats. Do you want to see a funny one? I picked this up. This was way back when I was doing thrift store shopping. It was a 50% off day on all white tags. So this is supposed to be $3.50. So I got it for like what dollar? We'll just say $1.80 or something like that. We got to clip off the little tag. This is like, it's weird because this is probably not something I would totally pick up now. Maybe I would. So it is a San Diego Zoo Wild Animal Park safari hat by Sunfari, made in the USA. So it's obviously old. And I don't think this sucker's ever, maybe like lightly worn there. There's a little bit of wear on that, but not much. So anyway, we'll put it on our Manny Esther. Wait, Manny Astor. Yeah, Manny Festor. I almost messed it up. All right, we're gonna get a picture of our cool safari hat. This is probably another one of those I probably should have gotten up for the holidays. But you know, here's the thing. In these old boxes I'm getting into, I don't know what's in them until I open them. So I did pull out the Coach. I did pull out this one, and then I pulled one other one out because they were just sitting in there up top. But yeah, funny. Then we're going to get a picture of the inside here of the sizing so people can see that this is actually like an adult one. And then picture of the tag here, picture of the front plate, and we'll do a picture of the height as well. All right. Perfect. So this is kind of a cool one. It's got like the San Diego Wild Animal Park on the front, which I just think is kind of fun. So that's kind of an interesting and unusual item. And then the other one I got out of there was this one. I actually forgot I had this. This is another one that probably should have gone up for a costume. This is a old railroad hat made in the USA on the back. So this is an older guy too, and he's going to go right on Manny Esther because otherwise he's just going to fall over. Let's see. Do we need to tighten him? Let's tighten him. Is it going to look better? Yeah, it'll look better if it's tightened up. So we'll tighten this. So here's the thing with this one too. This is going to be all about the keywords. So this is going to be hipster, streetwear, retro, throwback, workwear, outdoor, costume, holiday, made in the USA, vintage, nostalgia. I mean, there's just going to be a whole lot of things that are going to help to sell this sucker besides just the original, oh, it's an old railroad looking hat. So, and these were really popular like in the 50s. So I'll probably tag 50s. I know Montgomery Ward made a lot of these, but I don't see a tag in here about that. So I can't say that, but I have a sneaking suspicion that it might be like a vintage Montgomery Ward. So we got made in the USA, and then we're gonna get a picture of the inside and put that down in there. And next one we've got here, and am I missing anything, guys? Am I missing you? Do you source on Whatnot? Suze, I don't usually. I have for one item. I have a pair of boots I got from WN. The girl, I was buying 2 shirts from her for myself. They were some Beetlejuice shirts. So I got the shirts for $1, and then the boots I got for $4. Since I was already paying shipping for the shirts, I was like, well, I'll just get them for $4. And I think I have those listed for like I don't know, like $45 or something like that. So I don't usually, I try, but I'm going to be honest with you. Like the stuff that I'm interested in, which is a lot of the Y2K stuff, I watch a lot of the t-shirt bros, but I know where they got them. I know how much they paid for them. So for me to like pay up for a shirt that I know I could find at a garage sale or the bins if I went for, 25 cents, it's just difficult. So I think we're starting a video on painters and railroad prints. Oh, Opal, that's good news. I was just looking at that thing that Riz made earlier, that neck thing that she hand sewed. Holy guacamole. So wild. On the shoes, message K-Way on IG and ask him, oh, for the Yeezys? Okay, that's a good idea. I will. That's a good idea. He's probably gonna want pictures though. So I'm gonna run into that same situation, but I can try for sure. Kathleen, hey, how is it going? Okay, sorry if I missed anybody else. All right. So here's another one. Navim Pack Northwest. So it's got to be some sort of Navy thing. This is a made in the USA. This is an Eagle Crest, one size fits all military hat. And we've got just a little bit of stuff there. And we missed during cleaning. Get that off there. Perfect. So for these ones, again, hip, hipster, seamster, veteran, grandpa, granddad, grandpa core, dad gift, hat, or not hat, dad gift. A lot of this stuff this time of year, I just straight up put present, gift, because these are the things that people are searching for. So especially as we move into the holidays, I'll put that down in my keywords. And then if it doesn't sell, they're just in the keywords down below. So it doesn't really matter. I just leave them there all year round. They're not as relevant after the holidays, but it's not, it's not hurting anything having those there. All right. And then we get a picture of the label here. And then we also want to make sure we feature the fact that it was made in the USA. And that way someone knows it's actually truly a veteran's hat and not just a made up one. All right. Here we've got, that one still looks kind of gooped. I think this one might still, that one needs another wash. Okay. Here we got a little mossy oak. These are just like bread and butter kind of things. These are not like huge, crazy money makers, but they're quick, easy to ship. I usually get them for like 25 cents to 50 cents at a sale. These are the ones, I think these are the ones I got for free from that sale where that Karen came and snatched that orange Ducks Unlimited hat out of my hand and then told me it was sitting on the ground. So I think this is one of the ones we got there. So this is a free item. Now, when it comes to these hats that have the curved bills, and they're these kind of like what I would classify as like a little bit of a flimsier hat, I always do them on the mannequin to start with. So on the flat bill ones, like we were saying earlier, remember how I said on the flat bills, I usually do them straight up flat bill style, just on the Lazy Susan. When I do the curved ones, I usually do them on the Manifestor mannequin because they just look better. When they're just sitting there, otherwise, if they're just sitting like this, they look like this. And that just looks like a sad boy hat. Nobody wants that hat. So for these, I'm going to get a little bit sideways. We're going to do side, side. And then because I tightened the back originally, then I loosen the back, put it to where it actually goes, get a picture of the back. And then we're going to flip them upside down. We're going to get a picture of the inside. We're going to get a picture of the label. And then moving right along. So these are really pretty quick guys. So here we've got a little Carhartt, same exact thing. We're going to bring out the old Manifestor. If I just keep saying his name, I won't forget it this time. And then like that. And then we're going to do a little bit sideways. And then we're going to do side, side. Make the back large again. If my mannequin had a larger head, I wouldn't have to do this. But if he had a larger head, I couldn't fit all my hats on him. So let me do back. We're going to do up close on the Carhartt logo because people like to see what it looks like. And then we're going to flip this over. And then we're going to get a picture of the tag. Do we have a date on here? No, I don't think so. All right. That's okay. All right. That there. Next. All right. Next, we've got a little older Central Washington University hat. This is the Game brand. It does have a little bit of, discoloration here and there, but this is an older hat, so you can't expect it to not. Now, in your keywords for this, you're going to have frat, academia, university, professor, college. You're going to want to make sure that you get all of those keyword metrics down below, because that's going to be what helps to sell this hat, is that someone that's from that college or went to that college or knows of that college is going to get it. Now, this one, like I said, it's got just a little bit of discoloration. Not too bad, but he's a little dadcore strap back, I would, or a snapback for sure. So that, we're going to get a picture of the back here. And then inside, we're going to get the tag, label, whole inside of the hat, and moving right along. All right. Oh, Thrifty, did you pin something and I didn't see it, or was that from a second ago? Mary P, April E. Sells, and Craig. How is it going, you guys? Rebecca Olson, I'm happy to see you. I haven't seen you on here in a little while. Okay, then we've got our next one is a little Nike hat. Now, this one's a little confusing to me because some of the threads in here are like gold and some aren't. But this right here is what will help sell this. It looks like a Coogi sweater to me, or Coogi or Coogie, depending on who you talk to. This one's got a little bit of pilling, so we are going to just get him all fixed up here with our little fabric shaver. Oh, just the shoe info. Okay, thanks, Thrifty. Yeah, that's a good call on that. Yeah, with Check, I've always had really a lot of success with them, but I just couldn't get the pictures that they wanted. So, they automatically just always say, no or unclear, you can resubmit. But I mean, I'm just going to get the same thing back. And I kind of already knew that going into it. So, and I'm certainly not a Yeezys expert by any means, for sure. So, all right, that looks better there. All right, on to here. Let's see, is this flat build? No. So he's got a little bit of curve to him. So I'm going to put him on Manny here, and we'll get a nice photo here. So you can kind of tighten these up too if it's going to look better for your photos, because you can always untighten the back again. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, I can't tell if this is supposed to be gold or silver on that Nike. It's really interesting. Maybe it's designed to be like that. I don't know. I'm not really sure on that one. All right, and we're gonna get, I need to get a picture of snapback backs. And then on your snapback backs, you need to make sure that you refasten them so that people can see that all the little spokes are there. Otherwise, if they get it and they accidentally break it off, they're gonna say it wasn't there, or they're gonna try to do the old switcheroo. So make sure on your snapbacks that you're showing the spokes. Very, very, very important. We got some pilling in the inside here too. We're going to spend 20 seconds on it and no more. This is literally what I have to do with myself, because otherwise I will sit there and try to make items like perfect and waste half of my day. I mean, if you guys could see the neuroses situation I had in the beginning of all this, trying to make everything look like it just came from the store, like so crazy. My son's the one that finally was like, Mom, like, you got to stop. Like, you're literally going to cost yourself so much money. And 20. All right, that's the roll. 20 seconds, moving on. Okay, let's get a picture here at the top. So this is the Georgetown collection. And then, is there any other info here? No. Okay. Yeah. All right. Next is, so I got two of these. They're both, I think, almost the same, except for, yeah, no, they're the same. All right, so this is one of the things they would have done a release like This is like you went to the game and so you got a hat kind of situation. What do they call it? Souvenir. We're going to get rid of these little strings here on the top here. So these are going to be like souvenir items. And I'm not sure when the Mariners started. What year? Hey, you guys, what year did the Mariners start? Does anybody know? Does anybody can look that up for me and find out what year they started? Because this is 20th anniversary. It feels like a 90s hat, or maybe, yeah, it feels like a 90s hat for sure. Like it doesn't feel like it's any newer than that to me. So I am curious. Anybody know? Danny, what's happening? Thrifted vintage. What is good? All right, it's got like the Bravo card on the side. It is made in China, so it's not going to be like super early 90s, that's for sure. Anybody know what year the Mariners came out? I can look it up if nobody knows. 77? Oh, I wonder if anything else here is from 77. It's pretty amazing. Oh, just gonna leave that there. So yeah, so this would have been a 97. Okay, that's about what I thought. So these are 1997 hats. They have a little bit of discoloring here and there, but I mean, dude, this is like this hat's lived a life, just like I have. So I know what year this hat's from. I know what this hat's been through. So we're gonna get a little photo of them here. And I've got two of them, but they're both in kind of different condition. So we are going to need to take pictures of both of them. And then it's just up to the person to decide if they're cool with the, the inside. Like it has a little bit of like I said, it's got a little discoloring here and there because it probably sat in a box with like a bunch of other hats for like who even knows how long, right? At least a while, at least almost 20 years. So there's that one there. And then what I'm going to do, because I do not want things to get mixed up, is I'm going to put a Post-it note with this one. And I'm going to put number 1 on this one. We're going to take a picture of it. Ding. And then I'm going to put this in the inside here. So this is what I do with my hats when I've got more than one, is I write down the number of the hat and then I just close it in. Make sure you're using pen though, and not pen that dries, and you're not using like marker or something. So that's going in there. That we all know that that's that one. All right, next one here, same exact hat. This one's got a little bit of fading as well in different areas, a little bit discoloring here and there. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna work smarter, not harder. We're going to get a picture of this back first on this one. Show all the spokes so you don't have to keep doing and undoing. All right, I'm going to get that. Now we can tighten him and show he's tighter. Oh, but technically I really need to undo it at the end anyways. Yeah, I guess that's not really working smarter. I guess not. We almost had a good idea, guys. Come on. What's going on? Manny, what is your head shrinking? Your head's shrinking, mister. There we go. Get your hat on. You need to look handsome. You need to look handsome, Manny. Come on. I mean, what are you doing if you're not looking handsome there, buddy? All right. Yeah, no, because I need to undo this to get another picture. Can I know what you're using for your phone? Oh, none. Are you talking about this? The lanyard? If you go into the link Dinketer and my bio YOE, you'll click on something that says reseller supplies to get you started over at the Smile Mazon store. And if you click there, you'll find it in my reseller supplies. Make sure you get this one though. There's a whole bunch of other ones, but the other ones, the string isn't as sturdy. They're shorter and the tabs fall out the back. So I did my research to get this one. I had bought a different brand before and I didn't like it. So trying to save you the trouble of a return. All right, so there's that. We're gonna get a picture of the tag here and moving right along. Let's see, did we get a tag on that last one? I did the same tag. 84527. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this is probably like husband, wife, or father, son that went to the game. They both got those hats, and then they've been sitting in a box for who knows how long. Okay, next one we've got here. This is just a little Air Max hat. This is like a cycling hat. Not a big, huge seller. This one's still got some goobers. No, that one's going back in the wash. Just kidding. Next one's really funny. You guys ready for a funny hat? Anybody want a funny hat? You're welcome, Nun. The year before was pretty awesome if Dee to say so herself. Wink, wink. Okay, ready, guys? Damn seagulls! Her. Look at that. With the doopy oopies on it. This one cracks me up. I love it so much. It's hilarious. If I didn't already have literally 40 hats, I would probably keep this one for myself. It is such a funny, like, dad core hat. It's so hilarious. Like, if you are from Washington State or you've ever been to Washington State, you know, oh, what is that on? There's that paint on there. Oh, no, that's supposed to look like that. That's funny because it's the poopy doops. Then you know how many seagulls there are. We call them the rats of the air because there's so many of them. We've had seagulls on the ferry come down and snatch your French fries out of your bags. Like if you have a little kid and they're out on the back deck and it's like a super nice day out, you're over by like Whidbey Island or Bainbridge or Bremerton, they will literally swoop down and steal French fries out of your little French fry holder thing. So you gotta watch out for them. They're dangerous. So inside here, I wanted to show you guys something. So this is definitely vintage. I mean, for sure, 90s, if not late 80s. So when you have these hats that have this old like mesh stuff inside of here, don't submerge these in water. If you do, as they dry, it'll shrink and it'll crumble everywhere. Especially if you got water with detergent. So what I do with this one was I just got a nice soapy rag and I just went around and cleaned the inside of the rim and everything, and you just leave this alone. Same thing with like any of these that have that stuff. I made the mistake. I literally ruined. I still have it up for sale. That's really annoying. I ruined this. What was it? It's a Super Bowl hat, but it's like a team that's not around anymore. Oh, the Redskins. It was the Redskins versus somebody else, and it's like, oh man. So my bad. I didn't know. You know, now I know, and I'll just never do that again. But that's how we learn, right? Anybody else in here ever ruin anything that you were selling, like me? Tell me I'm not the only one, right? Okay, moving to the next hat here. All right, so the next one we got is a Fitzgerald's Casino in Reno. So this is a totally old school vintage hat as well. This is going to be vintage dad core, trucker, truck stop, tourist, obviously Reno, hipster, indie, scenester. I'll probably put St. Patty's and St. Patrick's Day down in there in case it doesn't sell before then, because that'll help to sell it because it's got the clover on the front of it and it's in really good condition. It doesn't really look like it's been used at all. Somebody probably got this as like a tourist thing and then never wore it. Like their dad was like a trucker or something and got this along the route and they brought it home and they're like, Johnny, I brought you home a hat. And dad's like, here you go. And Johnny's like, ugh, that's so lame, Dad. That's not even like a cool hat. That's like so totally bogus. Of course, Johnny didn't realize that all of this parody stuff would eventually become popular because Johnny was young and Johnny didn't know. Johnny didn't know. Johnny didn't know. Don't tell Johnny. Johnny didn't know. It starts to get weird when she gets hungry, folks. It starts to get weird when she gets hungry. We're getting there. All right. Does everybody remember the story I told about this hat the other day? I'm not telling the whole story again. Well, let's just say that I had a boyfriend, my first serious boyfriend. His name was Anthony Maxfield. I am absolutely calling him out on this. And I was totally in love with him. And I spent all of my hard-earned money to get him a hat so that I could bring it to him in the town that he moved to, because he moved 45 minutes away from me, but we were still going out. And I walk in and his parents were being weird and he was being weird. And then a nice young lady named Melody came walking out of his bedroom. And Melody said to me, "Who are you?" And I said, "I am his girlfriend. Who are you?" And he looked really embarrassed. And then he's like, what do you got there? And I had this hat wrapped up, not this exact one, but this basic hat wrapped up in a box ready to give him. And he said, what's that? And I said, well, what's going to be your Christmas present? But it's not now. So I left and I gave it to my best friend, Jerry Muller. So yeah, that's where this hat came from. This thing was so disgusting. It still has just a little tiny bit of discoloring, but not much. And this is an old one. This is older than the one that I had. So the one I had given him was the 10-year anniversary of this hat. So this is in 1984. So I had given him the 1994 version. And yeah. So guess what, Anthony? You still aren't going to get this hat. And if anyone named Anthony tries to buy this hat, I'm going to be like, nope, you don't get it. You don't get this hat, not even a little bit. It's got one weird wonky string on it there. Let me take a look here. I don't necessarily want to snip that, but I also don't want, I think I'll just leave it and let the buyer decide if they want to do something weird with that little string. Okay, so we're going to get a picture here. Yeah, so that's the story. Felix needs to do his homework, LOL. That's Washington, D.C. Ooh, Felix, did you just get called out, Felix? Vanessa, what is good? As a South Carolinian, that's very relatable. You don't own any hats? Felix, I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Is Washington State where the White House is? Absolutely, Felix. It definitely is. Felix, if I do trivia night, I'm not choosing you to be on my team. Thrifty says, yes, I have ruined some stuff. Do you check comps on hats or just wing it? When I list, I absolutely check on comps. When I don't list, I just buy them at garage sales because they're generally 50 cents or $1. Raises here. Oh, charity lore. You know there's going to be a story that's popping up. Absolutely. Oh, Kitschy, I am happy to see you, Southern. Heyo. Yeah, you guys missed the story of the first boyfriend I ever had that broke my heart. Snapped in two. Broken. Busted. Oh, heart on the floor. Did get a Facebook apology message from him in like 2011. I got this Facebook apology thing that was like, you were the one that got away, and I just wanted to let you know how amazing you were, and I'm so sorry, and I can't even believe I did all of that. I've had a really bad road, and like kind of gave me a story, and I just said back to him, I said, I just want to, I appreciate you owning up to it, and I appreciate you reaching out. You know, that was a long time ago, and I'm, you know, I'm happy now, and I've got, at the time, Justin and I were just dating. We weren't married yet. So I was like, I've got an amazing boyfriend, and I'm really happy, and I wish you the best of luck. Take care. It was basically just like, nanny boo boo, stick your face in doo doo. That's what you get, you and Melody. The Facebook message I've gotten those. Oh yeah, Cat Q. You know you're gonna get them. You just wait for it. The second I saw it pop up as like a message request thing, I was like, oh boy. This is going to be good. This is going to be real good. All right. Anyway, so we got our 1984 Duke Blue Devils hat. And we're going to get pictures of it here. It's got kind of some cool little features. And with this being a 1984, I imagine I'll do okay with it. Like I said, there is still a little discoloring. If somebody wants to really put like tons of time into hand cleaning this, they can. I did my due diligence and it's in pretty good condition now, but you know, the hat people can be particular, so I know I am. I mean, like I said, I am a hat person. You guys don't ever see me wearing hats. It's always funny, so when I see Southern with her hats, I'm like, it's so funny how I never wear hats on lives. I think maybe I just get too warm, but I 100% wear hats when I go out and about in the world. Okay, so there is that. And moving along here, we're getting close. Oh, crazy rare. Riz, you might be the person that may know something about this because you seem to know all about like, you know, strange vintagey stuff. So I got this at this yard sale. I paid like $3 for it. There's a hat that I got along with it, and it's like a nurse's version, but I can't find it. I don't know where it is. So it's in a box somewhere. But this is what looks to me like a chaplain hat. It's very old. In the inside, it says the Henderson Ames Company. So that's the logo that's in the inside here. And then it's got like rubber banding, military style. It's got like the chaplain. This is all like, it's like the most unique threading I've ever felt. It's almost like if you took a piece of ribbon and there was millions of little, well, not millions, but like all these little lines on it, but each line is kind of like metal feeling almost. Really unique, very old. Gold bullion on the embroidery. Riz, how do you save my life every time you come in here? I don't even understand. Okay, gold bullion embroidery on the hat. And I'm assuming this is a chaplain hat. I don't think it's Salvation Army, because there's a hat, like I said, there was a hat with it that looks like it's from the exact same era. I probably should find it before I list this. It's like a nurse's hat, like a old, like old. I got my first Depop order. How do I mark it shipped? So Courtney, you'll go into the 3 bars on the top here. I'll just show you on my Depop because I've sold a couple things. So up here, when you sell something, you'll see a little dot up here. So you go in here, go down to where it says selling, go to your sold items, and then you go into it, and down here at the bottom, let's see, I usually do this on the computer. Oh, right here, mark item as shipped. So if you are shipping it using the Depop shipping, the rest of the instructions will be in there. If you are using outside shipping, like I use Pirate Ship, then you'll just put the tracking number in there. Let's take a look here. So this is what you would do. This is what it'll look like. And like I said, I usually do mine on the computer, and then it'll mark it as shipped. Congratulations. It's usually 12 karat gold wire wrapped in a bullion twist. I would not doubt that. It is a very, yeah. And listen to this, Riz. Like it's like heavy duty, that band across there. So I would say oh, you know what it is? Oh, I'm going to get old eyes. Oh, where is it? Honey, where's old eyes? Man, you guys, I am trying to make so many efforts to like put things down where they belong. So I'm not constantly looking for things. They're not in here. All right. What it looks like to me. So if you look at this little space here, they're actually little individual. I thought it was all on one ribbon, but these are like individual little like wires. See how they move? And it feels like metal, but it looks silver to me. It looks silver. How do you mark it as shipped? Yusuf, so on Depop here, you'll go into your items here. You click on ship order. You scroll down to mark item as shipped, and then you put in the information. Now, I ship outside of Depop, so mine's going to look different than yours looks. For you, if you do mark as shipped, I think you're going to get something that pops up that says like print label, or I can't remember because I only used Depop shipping when I first started, and then I immediately switched over to using my own shipping when I realized I could do Pirate Ship because then I could pad my shipping. So it may look a little different. It's individual. We do that at my job. So is that the Riz? Is that the bullion stuff that you're talking about? And it looks silver to me. It doesn't look gold. Do they have like a silver version of that? Hey, Scottway, thanks for helping me with this one. So I'm going to get pictures of this now, but I actually, should I do pictures of it? Yeah, I mean, I'm tempted to sell it with the nurse's hat because they're both from the exact same era. And I mean, I don't know when this is from, you guys, but it is old. Like the nurse's hat looks to me like it's from like the 30s, maybe 40s at the latest. I don't know. I mean, I could be off. I'm not the best about that time era of stuff. I mean, Riz, maybe you've got an opinion on it, but oh, and it says on the side. Oh, it says something on the side. something sign. Hey, honey, are my old eyes in the living room? Can you hear me? No, I don't know where he is today. He's doing something. All right, let's take a look here. I'm going to zoom in on this. Okay, this button says something signature. Oh, I don't know. That might, oh, Signa. I don't know. That might not even be my language. Sign something. Yeah, I don't even know if, I don't think that is not my language. That is not my language. That says something that I cannot read. Those are like all letters that do not go together in the English language. I know, husband does not hear me. He's doing something today, or he's got headphones on. That's possible too. Yes, there's silver too, called Argent Bullion. Argent. I mean, any ideas of when you guys think this is from? Like, it has to be from like, it's definitely military. I mean, for sure. And it looks like a chaplain's hat. So I just think, I think this puppy is pretty old. Like, I can't imagine this is anywhere in even the vicinity of being new. I mean, and by new, I mean 1950s or later. Like, the inside is like wood almost. It's like a wood like material. So wild. This is a wild one. So I don't know if anybody has any opinions, but pretty crazy. Look at that thing. That is like old. That's old. So I think what I'll do is I will I'm gonna just put it in my photos. I have an album in my photos that's called eBay to-dos. So if I've got something where I got pictures of it, but I haven't listed it yet, I usually put it in there as kind of like a to-do, kind of thing. And I think with this, it may be advantageous for me to list it with the nurse's hat, I think. Julie, how's it going? All right, putting that down there. All right, got a couple more hats here. Chevrolet bottom biscuit basic. This is probably a $6 or $7 hat. I think it is actually Realtree though as well. So it's a mossy oak. No, it's Realtree. So it'll be a little collab hat. I usually do pretty well with collab stuff. It's got the hook and loop fasten strap back on it. Anything that's got anything that does like a collab, as long as it's on a collab between like two really unknown brands, I usually do pretty good on them. I think because you're also able to tag multiple companies on it, that it always seems to do well. And usually you'll be able to see there's going to be a tag there and then there. So easy peasy list. All right, next one we've got here is, I think this is a hockey team. Yeah, NHL. Does anybody know who this is? I can't remember. I don't know. I literally don't know anything about hockey. I can get my way around baseball and football pretty well, but I don't know anything. The only thing I know about hockey is that my cousin came to a Halloween party we had one year, came dressed as Wayne Gretzky, but he came on rollerblades and he kept wiping out all the time. So I renamed him Wayne Regretzky. And so he has been Wayne Regretzky for our whole lives, which is funny. I'm like, uh-oh, it's Wayne Regretzky coming in hot. Okay, I'm going to get to the back here. Let's put this back to a regular length. And then back here, side. Nope, I'm going to do underneath here. Then we're going to do the NHL logo. And then we're going to do the 47 logo. And then I always check to see if these are dated. Yep, this one has a date on it. So this is a 2020. So this is a fairly new, modern hat, which I kind of was guessing it was just based on like the quality of the material. It doesn't have that beefiness to it that other stuff would have. All right, let's get in here. Zoom in. Come on. Do Do what I want you to do. Listen to me. Hat. Thank you. Good boy. You did it. All right. Red Wings. Yes, Red Wings. Thank you. Sarah, thank you. Angelina, how are we today? All right. Next one we've got here is a little hang 10. This is totally my style. This also reminds me of Surf. So Surf Finds, and this totally reminds me of him. It's actually a really cool hat. Like I said, this is so totally like my style. However, I have so many hats. I got no business keeping any more hats. I do not need to keep any more hats. I have so many hats that I'm never going to get to. I have more hats than I could wear if I wore one a day. I still, in a month, I would never get through all the hats. So let's see, any little weird strings here. We're going to clippity clip those off. Nobody's got time for weird strings. That's wild. All right. And actually, is this a flat bill? Because if it is, I'm going to do it. No, he's got a little curve. So, all right. And I don't like how that looks. Yeah, that looks better. Sometimes you just got to play around with it until it looks like how you want it to look like, and then it looks cool. That looks good. All right. And sideways, and sideways, and strap back or snap back. And again, remember, we want to get as many logo pictures as we can. Logo, insides, label, and then do we got a date on here? Anything? Nope, we do have a 100% polyester. Oh, someone just sent me an offer, guys. I got to take a second here. You know, we always pause. We always pause for the offers because that's work. Counter offered. Oh my gosh, I have had this Nike vest forever. Yeah, that's only a $3 difference. I paid $1 for this vest and I'll still get $16 in profit. So yes, I will accept. Oh my gosh, I've had, what is the SKU number on this? What is the SKU number? I don't even know if I have it on here. I didn't, you guys, I've had this so long, I didn't even have the fact that it's a 2013 dead stock on here. No wonder it didn't sell. No SKU, no hashtags, no keywords. Oh, wait, this is how long I've had it. It even still has an AI description. Whoa. This is old school charity. Listen to this title. Nike Golf Tour Performance Vest, women's large, gray knit zip, wind resistant, new with tags. I mean, it's not horrible, but there's no date or anything in there. Elevate your golf game with this Nike Golf Tour Performance Vest. This stylish gray knit vest features a zip closure, wind-resistant design, and a lightweight material. Perfect for casual occasions. The sleeveless vest is made from polyester outer shelf and lining material, making it easy care. Oh my gosh, I didn't have dry fit the fact that it was in there. I probably shouldn't have accepted that and redid this, but you know what? It's $20 and I'm happy to have it out of my store. Turn and burn. Hey, Annie, I need one of these mannequin things. Yeah, I don't even know where my son actually got this one. So Manny Festor, let's see if maybe he might be on Amazon or something. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, there he is right there. There he is, guys. You can find him. You can find him on the old Smile store. All right, well, there we go. Okay, probably should put in the old link Dinketer, huh? Yeah, Andy's got the little hold thing so you can put them on a stand if you wanted to, but I don't do that. All right, moving that down there. Okay, what do we got next? We've got a U.S. Navy hat. So again, nothing crazy fancy. Total dad core situation for sure. And let's put this on him. And it's got kind of a nice little like worn in look, which is pretty cool. It totally gives that like old school kind of look to it. I'm going to do this one this way because then you can see the U.S. Navy on there. Perfect. Get that, back, sides, inside, label, done. Boom. That's how fast that happens. All right. We got a Nike lightweight. This has to be new because it feels absolutely flimsy. Yeah, 2018. It's got no meat. It's got no beef to it. It's beefless. Okay, I got front, up close on the swoosh, side, back, side, underneath, tag, date tag. Done skis, boom. All right. DEA, El Paso, super cool hat. It's by a brand called Auto. I find a lot of their stuff, it always seems to sell pretty well for me. And I can find a lot of like vintagey auto stuff too, which is great. So we're gonna pop this one on. This totally reminds me of, you know who this reminds me of? What was the brother's name in Breaking Bad? The cop guy, what was his name? Hank. This totally reminds me of Hank for some reason. Gosh, what a great show that was, huh? All right, side. And this even has a DRUG free, starts with me. And then back, side, and then underneath. And for this, we're going to do all the tags that have to do with like policing stuff. But then we're also going to feature skate, parody, skater, indie, retro, dare. We're going to put that in there and all that too. All right. Now this one, I was going to take a look under the lights to see. Yeah, it still has a little bit of discoloring. It's white. Oh yeah, that's pretty discolored on that side. I may spray this sucker down one more time because this is an older Houston Astros hat. It's got like a little bit of discoloring there. I think I'm going to spray that one more time and see. Is that all of them? Oh my goodness, guys. We did it. We did it. We made it through the hats. Never mind the fact that I found an entire another tub that I get to clean. But we did it. So that was, how many hats was that, you guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, probably 35 hats maybe. Woo, baby. Yeah, because I cleaned 40. So 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Yeah, so almost 40 hats. That is wild. Okay, I smell lunch and I'm starving. So I am going to head out of here. I will be back on though. What is tomorrow? Ooh, tomorrow's Wednesday. You know what I get to do tomorrow night? I get to go see, there's a band called Emo Kids. They do like parodies of all the music I love, like, you know, Taking Back Sunday and Fall Out Boy and all that. So all that Y2K good stuff. So I'm going to that tomorrow night. And I'm so excited. But I'll still be working tomorrow. So I'll be on here tomorrow. We got shipping in the morning. So we'll be doing shipping together. We got Depop. We got Poshmark. I don't think I have anything in eBay, which is wild. eBay has been really quiet for me. I don't know what's going on, but it has been very, very quiet for me. But I have sold so much stuff in Poshmark that it's crazy. I don't understand what's happening. This is like one of those like nothing is making sense selling times. But anyways, I'm grateful for the sales wherever they come. So thanks you guys for joining in. What do you use to clean the hats, Annie? I use a little bit of Dawn, a little bit of baking soda. I put it in a tub just like this. I take a whisk and mix it together. I dump the hats in as long as they're not vintage and have labels with ink on them. I dump them in here. I let them sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then I take them out. I take a soft little boar bristle brush. I clean them very nicely. Then I use my sprayer and I rinse them out. Then I put towels, washcloths, sheets, or anything in there in order to stretch them back out so that they have a nice round look to them. And then I let them air dry for 24 hours. Then I take the stuffing out. Then I let them dry. So it's just one of those things. It took me a long time at the beginning, but now you can get pretty fast at it, just like anything. So, all right, you guys, thanks for the love and the gifts and meeting our goal. We got over 10,000. So, you know, that's always my goal, to at least get 10,000 parts because that adds value to the stream. So thanks, you guys. Thanks for your help, Riz. Thank you as always. And I love you guys. Have a fantastic, amazing, and awesome afternoon. And I'll see you guys back on here tomorrow for shipping. All right. Peace. And thanks again so much. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to like, subscribe, do all the dingies. If you like girls and shenanigans and weird stuff and all that fun stuff. So, all right, take care, everybody. Bye.